What's up, everybody? So it's me again with another wart update. This is day 23, which means I've officially done 46 applications of this stuff right here, the Compound W gel. 46. So I'm talking 2 a day for the last 23 days, and I've been applying it to several warts now. I'll show you the main one right there. It looks a little funky and white because the Compound W gel is still on it from the application I did this morning. You can see this one right here is basically gone. This one I think I picked out completely, but I've still been adding the Compound W, and it kind of scabbed over a little bit because it bled a lot when I pulled out the wart, and I pulled it out with my trusty tweezers. Which I will boil in hot water, if not throw away, by the time I'm done with this, because there's no way I'm going to use those for anything else unless they're sanitized. This wart right here, I feel like every couple of days I'm able to peel a little bit off the top. I can push on it. You can see me doing this right now. I'm pushing as hard as I can, and it doesn't really hurt, which I think means that it's dying. Before, had I done that, it would have hurt quite a bit, which is what inspired me to kill these warts anyway, because it just got so uncomfortable to walk on. This one right here was a tiny one that I found, and I've since kind of like peeled it back, and I think I ripped that one out too. But you see the white residue there, that's more Compound W, so anyway, is what it is. But this is the main one. I mean, that's the one I'm real concerned about. Still pretty ugly looking. I even have one sort of down here on my heel. A little one that I've been adding a little bit of Compound W to. Like those little ones, I'm noticing if you add a little bit of Compound W for like 2 or 3 days, you can get in there and actually just pull it out and it's gone. But ones like this, that's obviously not the case. I still think I've probably got weeks left on this one, if not more. But I'm just glad it doesn't hurt as much. This one does hurt a little bit just because it bled, and I really got to the root of it and just pulled the thing out with my tweezers. But I'm going to go ahead and soak these and be back here in just a second. I'm going to scrub off as much as I can so you can see more of the wart. And then we'll apply some Compound W, pick at it for a sec, and see what we can do. Be back in a minute. All right, so after a 5 or 6 minute soak, I'm back. You can see it looks a little bit different when the skin softens. I don't know what to say. This sort of flaked off a little bit because I scrubbed at it. And that's generally what I do. I try to scrub at it a little bit to get off that top layer of Compound W, and then, try to expose more of the wart itself. Maybe even pick out a little bit and then add more Compound W to it. So gradually it kills it. So, there's not much I'll show you right now. I'm a little hesitant to even want to pick at it at all because it's just kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of sore. You pick at it enough, and you'll trust me. Like if you have one of these and you're using my method, and you're putting Compound W on as often as I am, and then you're picking at it with tweezers to try to get the wart out, it does get a little bit tender. And so I'm not going to do that today. I think instead I'm just gonna add a little bit of Compound W, let it dry for 2 or 3 minutes, and call it a day. Actually may not pick at it for a while. I just feel like I need a break. There we go. Like I said, I think this one's dead, but I'm just going to add a little bit. Sorry. I'm trying to film this while putting on this Compound W. Trying to hold my phone with the other hand. Wow, this is probably terrible filming, but anyway, you get the idea. There we go. We are all set. It only takes just a minute to dry. Like I can usually put it on, and then 2 or 3 minutes later I can be walking around on it. You can blow on it a little bit, or just sit here with your foot up. And you're good to go. So there's my progress report. A week later from my last one. We're going to fight this thing. I've read things online about using essential oils or even going and getting it medically removed, surgically removed from a podiatrist. I'm not there yet. I want to see if this works. Compound W says up to 12 weeks, and I will stay the course. And I'm telling you, it has been a lot of work doing it twice a day and just being as thorough as I have. But it's like, hey, I want to really test this thing out and see if it's worth it. And I feel like I'll save a lot of people a lot of time. I couldn't find a review on Compound W as thorough as what I'm doing right now. So I'm hoping I can do all of you guys a service here and basically say, hey, it's worth it or not. Try something else. I've also heard of that apple cider method, which seems to be pretty effective. So I don't know, if this doesn't work, I'll try some of the other ones and show you guys, but I'm hoping this works, gets rid of them, and it'll be good, and hopefully they don't come back. So we'll see. Okay, we'll see you guys probably next week. Thanks for tuning in.